I was still in security. But I took that risk. I sacrificed all the time that going to club. My colleagues were chatting with girls. You see someone talk to a girl for like 1 hour on the phone, calling people back home, having unnecessary discussions, wasting time. I was putting that time somewhere that God can see that this guy is hungry. He wants to get to that level, and God will take you to that level to where I want to be. And that's just motivation. The thing that people should note is that if you are unskilled, you're gonna get unskilled money. But if you are skilled, you get skilled money. Skilled people don't look for jobs. Jobs look for them. I didn't look for jobs.
Guys, I welcome you live on SBTV International. My name is DJ Nyame. Welcome on board. And this platform is open to you guys or wherever you are. If you want to come on my show, my numbers are on the screens. Just WhatsApp me or send me a voice note. We hear people's journey. Their life stories, what they've been through, what they've learned, what they do. Wherever you are, you can come on board from Africa, in the diaspora. This platform is open to everybody. So, I'm going straight. Where am I going today? I'm going to UK. I have my brother on the show today. I have Godwin. Godwin, I welcome you live on SBTV International. How are you doing, my brother?
Thank you, SBTV. I'm doing excellent. Hope you are doing great as well.
Yeah. Everything is fine here on SBTV International. Let's hear your story today. Where you from Africa, and then tell us more. What sent you to the UK? Your expectation and all that. Let's hear from you.
Awesome.
Where are you in the UK?
Awesome. I'm in London. So my story didn't start from the UK. My
story
from Dubai, actually. So.
Oh, so you were from Dubai before going to the UK?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, I see. But which part of Africa are you from?
From Cameroon. I'm from Cameroon.
Oh, Cameroon. Okay. Oh, I do host. I've hosted one or two people from Cameroon. So, which part of Cameroon are you from?
I'm from Limbe.
Okay.
That's the English-speaking area.
Oh, okay. I see. Nice one. You tell us more about your culture and then, growing up from Cameroon and all that. So, yeah. So how long have you been in the UK?
I've been in the UK for about 3 years.
Oh, 3 years. You are still new, eh?
I'm not really new that way because the way I move is not new. But I traveled abroad very long time ago. So
okay.
Yeah.
So what about Dubai? You say you were in Dubai. So
yeah, I was in Dubai
for how many years?
Maybe about 7 years in Dubai.
Oh, wow. So when you add Dubai and UK, let's say 10 years.
That's right. Yeah, about 10 years. 10
man,
years.
Man, you have experience, eh?
Definitely, I have experience to motivate people that are still like trying to climb, or people that maybe are here already and they're not really doing very well. So my story can motivate them, I guess.
Okay, so Godwin is into tech, so we'll talk about that later. But let's start from back in Cameroon. Let's say 10 years ago, growing up in Cameroon. What were you doing live there, and what happened before you traveled to Dubai? Share some of your past experience in Cameroon.
Yeah, cool. So growing up in Cameroon, I went to a very good school in Cameroon, and the whole school system is not really designed for success. You know what I mean? Like we went to one of the best schools. When I finished from school, I went to university. I had my bachelor's, master's, but after that, I I couldn't get a job easily, and finally, I worked in the oil refinery, which was one of the biggest companies in Cameroon. While I was working here, there was a lot of corruption. So since this is mostly handled by the French-speaking people, so I was an English person, so there's a lot of tribalism and all of that. Just imagine that my salary was about 1 million, but I end up having like 200, and this 200, this is CFA, right? And this 200, I won't even get it, so I'll have to fight before I get it. So I asked myself, like, if if I am in this top tier company and I am facing all this, that means that the country is really bad, So I start thinking about moving out. And like it doesn't matter how much education you have back home, when you go abroad, you're starting from the beginning, right? So I didn't mind to start. So I was looking for the quickest way to go out. And besides, I was been like for a year with not working. At the moment, my mom was helping me, dad was helping me, and all of that. And it's not easy when you have to be asking your parents for money, right? After you finish university.
Yeah.
So I when I travel out, I went to Dubai as a direct employment as a security guard. So that was the only way I could use because it was way expensive to go to travel out to, let's say, the US or to the UK that time. So I had to look for the quickest way, the easiest way I could go out, because I was like, if I'm in the best company in the country and I'm facing this, then where else do I want to go to, right? So it's gonna be the same thing. So I had to put down my education and everything down. When as a security guard, yeah, to Dubai, direct
Wow.
employment.
Wow.
Now,
I'll come back. I'll come back to Dubai. We'll start from the Dubai, but let's go back to Cameroon and let's talk about your siblings, family.
yeah,
I mean, some of your culture that we don't know. I mean, life there apart from your work experience, life in Cameroon. Maybe if somebody wants to visit Cameroon, some places that we need to know and the lifestyle there and all that. Then we'll come
I'm
back
not
to
much
Dubai.
of a, I'm not too much when it comes to culture and things like that. I'm not too much into that kind of thing. I don't know a lot
What
about it.
about what about your food and some tourist attraction places that
Okay,
you think
okay. So
maybe people can visit?
for food, we have our food is achu. What is our traditional food? Achu is like cocoyams that's pounded
Mm,
and some yellow soup, and
okay.
they have different kind of food. It's almost the same. Like we have jollof, the same like Ghana jollof. We have our own jollof. It's kind of similar, but we have
Okay.
for tourist attraction we have the mountain. The people do like the mountain race. Like very Mount Fako is a very tall mountain that very high mountain that people come there for, like tourists come
Mm,
there to see. And also, we have some German buildings since Cameroon was actually colonized by Germans back in the day. So we have some
mm,
German buildings. So some Germans come to the country to see. We have we have, it's like Atlantic Ocean passes through uh,
mm,
Limbe. So there's a good area that tourists come because we have like some resorts there. Besides that, nothing really much. I'm not like a people's person or
mm,
traditional person like that way, so I don't really know the traditional
mm,
things. Like you have like traditional dancing where like you have jujus that way this thing. It's the same thing in Africa as a whole. It's not a story for anybody that's from Africa.
mm,
We mask
mm,
dance, traditional dances, and all of that. So when it comes to tradition, I'm not too much into that because I didn't go a lot to the village. I went a couple of times to the village. Just how Africa is. Like my parents
mm,
advice, we should
mm, mm,
know how
mm.
when they wanna follow you. You know what I mean? So I was
But
not really.
do you speak your local dialect?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I speak a little bit because when I was growing up, my dad brought her mom to the city, and because of this, my her mom was like, we must learn how to speak our traditional language. So she was speaking only this language to us. So fortunately enough, we were able to learn that. So when we went back to the village, they were like, city children are talking this kind of language, so they're very proud of us. So I could speak that thanks to her. Yeah. So everybody in the house was
Wow,
to us in the dialect, and we can speak that. So in Cameroon,
wow.
you speak English, and also we have another language called Pidgin. You guys have Pidgin as well in Ghana, right?
Yeah, yeah, we speak PG too in Ghana. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I speak
Mm.
that. Speak
Wow,
that
wow.
language.
We have heard, I mean, about the conflicts and then the violence happened there between this English and French people. I don't know if it's still happening now. Things are cool, or maybe still is going on.
I'm unsure about that when it comes to political things. I don't really put my mind on it. So, but there was some arguments between the French and the English. There was a lot of things that went negative, but I'm not really interested in this kind of news. So I don't know any update
But
about it.
sometimes when you hear certain things, it's sad that we are one people and then we are fighting over all these things and then we're killing ourselves and destroying our natural stuff and all that, our country and all that. Sometimes it's sad. I don't really talk about politics, but I feel like, oh, where are we taking all these things? Where are we taking it to? We
Yeah,
all die and leave all those things and then go away. So
yeah.
fighting on these things and all that, it doesn't
It's,
really help.
uh,
But
Cameroon,
yeah, you wanted to say something?
Cameroon was one of the most peaceful countries before, and then
Mm,
just turn everything away, and then people started fighting each other. Even the people that were saying they were supporting the other people started killing each other, started stealing from each other. So it's something that I'm not really interested in at all. I don't like this kind of I don't like this kind of thing, so I'm not really interested at all.
Okay, so I asked you about your siblings. How many are you?
We just three. We just
So
three.
you are the senior, eh? Or you are
No,
the
I
last one?
have an older sister. I have an older sister and a junior brother.
Oh, are they in Cameroon?
No, my older sister is in the UK, and my junior brother is in Cameroon, but he travels
Oh,
on.
okay. Oh,
But
okay. Okay.
mostly,
What did you study in school?
well, in school, I studied. I was a healthcare scientist. I studied uh, chemistry, pharmacology, and also I studied um, geology. So I have degrees in all of that.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so let's move. I mean, to Dubai. When you went to Dubai to do the security, let's hear your story from there. How
Yes.
was it?
So this one is very important for people that are looking forward to travel abroad, regardless of the
Mm,
country. So when I came in there, I was very aggressive in whatever I do, and I came with the spirit of the Most High. So things were moving
mm,
really faster, and God also showed me a vision, which I took very personal. So when I entered the country and I was working with mostly Pakistani, Indians, and all these guys that maybe didn't even go to school.
mm,
I had a lot of Nigerians, a lot of Ghanaians, a lot of people from other countries too, also looking for bread. Get me?
mm, mm,
So when I came to this place, I set a goal that within 1 year I'm going to leave this place. Yeah, within 1 year. And this is some advice anyone that's looking forward to travel abroad. That when you come in here, if you start properly, if you
mm,
contact with the right people, then you're going to succeed in the shortest possible time. Why? Because I set my goal, I'm going to leave this company in 1 year. And besides, the people around me were motivation because I'll see myself with people that have not even gone to school and nothing, right? You just tell me that we're not on the same level, even we're doing the same job. But I knew that this is the starting point. And this is what I'll tell everyone. If you are working, let's say I'm a security, we have 10 security people and we're praying to God for God to change our story. Everybody that travels abroad is looking for a better life. We're not coming to come and stuck somewhere. If you're praying to God to change your story, right? God needs to see you doing something different from the other people that can use that new thing that you're doing to elevate you. So this is what I had in my head that regardless, because sometimes I was working 14 hours with no days off, not by choice, but because that's how it had to be, no days off, you know? And I asked myself that if I have to continue doing this and saying, oh, because it's no time, right? You're getting back, you're tired, you just want to sleep. I asked myself that if I have to keep doing this over and over again, then complaining that there's no time, but praying for God to bless me, how is God going to bless me? What's God going to do? So it means that I'm going to stay after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, doing the same thing, complaining and stuck in the same spot, right? So I told myself that I'm gonna see what I can do regardless of the condition. So my immediate situation would not define anything about me. I was still gonna go with the goal. So I had to look for a way. So now I started saying that okay, when we're traveling back to work, when we're traveling back from work to the accommodation, what was there was really funny, like in a container. We say you have like in a container, long like we stay in the army camp. You know how armies stay? Like, yeah. So I said it takes like 2 hours to go to work and come back. These 2 hours I can use it to study something, right? And so I decided to sleep at work. I slept in the office, the job site, the security place. I would sleep there. So it had like a day shift and a night shift security. So if I'm working day shift, so I'll sleep there so that I'll use those 2 hours now to study. So I'll just wake up. So I could come. Luckily enough, we had a fridge in the place. So
mm,
I'll bring that can last for 3 days. I'll not go back to the accommodation. I'll just sleep, wake up in the night, study, and then continue working the next day, just in the same spot. Then after some time, I go back home, go back to the accommodation to rest, right? So with this, I was able to do when I was in this situation. My first goal was that I wanted to be first of all, I wanted to be okay a bodyguard. So as you start thinking shallow, and then as you start moving ahead, God opens the vision. Because I used to be very skinny. I used to be very skinny before, and I was like, okay, I need to let me become a bodyguard. Maybe this can be helpful. So I was working out very aggressively, and then my colleagues that time, this is very important for people. My colleagues at time were telling me, see, don't need to waste your time working like this, working out, because we'll still have the same salary. So they were having a shallow thinking. They were thinking only about the salary. They're not thinking out of this, right? They said, don't worry. Why don't waste your time? We'll still have the same. They used to mock me that you are going there and pushing weight, pushing weight, pushing weight. We'll still have the same salary. Just come and chill. I know most of the time, most guys will just sit down chatting with girls, messaging girls and all of that. That's what they were doing, right? But I had vision. I said I need to live here by 1 year, and that was my motivation. And as time went by, the vision became even clearer. Why? Because I wanted to be a bodyguard, so I started working out. And then after, God also inspired me that okay, you are gonna talk to a lot of people. You are gonna talk to a lot of people. You're gonna change a lot of lives, which is what I've been doing already. You're gonna change a lot of lives, and you need to build up. You need to look. So like if you're talking, somebody's not say this person go and have some food, right? You should know this person's talking. This person looks all right. So that's also my motivation. And then as I was going like this, God also showed me another vision that I could do occupational health and safety, which He can use that to elevate me. So that's what I did. I enrolled in a school in the UK while I was in Dubai, working this shifts with no time. And I said I was going to pass this exam in 4 months. But to pass in 4 months, I had to pay all the school fees.
Mm.
So to pay all the school fees, it was literally all my savings.
Mm.
Yeah. I told my sister, I told my mom, they told me no, that I should not do this. It's too
Mm.
that people have done this exam and not passed, and that is very difficult. And even people that pass, they have not succeeded to get any job. I told them that I am the one working, I know my situation. You are not there, you are just interested in money I'll send to you back home, right? So if God has showed me this vision, God has not showed you the vision. That's why you don't understand. So I went aggressive. I used that as a motivation. I went aggressive. I invested all the money I saved in that exam in the UK. That was the first time I got a laptop because I could not attend the classes in the school, so I had to do online. So because they had a center in Dubai where they were teaching like physical, but because I was working 14 hours, no days off, I could only study online. That's when I bought my first computer. Because before I was thinking, what's the use of a computer?
Mm.
Computer is just to watch movies, right? So I can watch it with my phone. You can imagine the mindset that time. But now after that, I bought the computer. I started studying. That's how I started getting used to a computer. I studied occupational health and safety. The time that I set for the exam, I wrote that exam. I passed the exam.
Wow.
Exam was very difficult for many people because it was an international exam. My sister was so stunned and she got very motivated, and it helped her to take her own exam in nursing. My sister's in nursing in the UK.
Wow.
Take her own exam because my sister was in Dubai as well before we moved to the UK. So she was inspired by what I did, and now she took her nursing exam, and later on along the line, she later on passed it just because of me. And you
Wow.
imagine, you won't believe that because I passed that exam, God now used that exam, that certificate I had, to take me out of that security into another job. But before
Wow.
you're here, I tell you something that people that are traveling abroad, it is very important for you that once you come to a place, you try to connect with people, understand people that are not really jealous. Why? Because after 3 months in Dubai, I had an opportunity because I can speak a little bit of German. I had an opportunity that gave me a salary of almost 3 times what I was making. Just after 3 months, 3.5 times what I was making. So, but now I could not easily leave this job because I did not know I could leave, but I could actually leave. So I asked some other Nigerians that were there that were like, I was thinking they were my friends that are having this opportunity. I've gone for the interview. These people saw me speaking German to the customer. They were so amazed. They want me to join their company. Instead, they've given an offer of this amount. What's about 7,500 dirhams. Anybody that's traveled to Dubai know that's a whole lot of,
That's a lot of money.
yeah, 7,500 dirhams. That was the salary. So now these guys were like, "These guys, you just came here three months and you are trying to get this. Are you crazy?" They gave me wrong
Mm,
advice. So
mm.
I didn't know. I followed the advice and I lost this opportunity.
Ooh.
I lost this opportunity. Opportunity I already passed the interview, everything. It was just for me to how I can leave. But I had the right to leave because I paid for my visa. I
Mm.
paid my visa. The company didn't pay. So I could simply go there and tell them that, okay, I'm done. I paid my visa, I paid my flight, I paid everything. I could simply go there and say, I'm done. But because these people were jealous, they gave me wrong advice and I lost it. So people that are coming in the country, you want to connect with people that they can actually help you. You understand? So well, okay, now I was just back. Okay, now I passed that exam. In less than 1 month, I had job offer that took me away from that security. And the concept, the way it is in Dubai is that when this company they see Africans as slaves. So when they take you in, they don't want to let you go. Just like a master don't want to let the slaves go away, right? That was the same concept. So they did not want to let me go. Then now I had to be aggressive about it because the last time I lost the opportunity is because I was a novice. But this time I'm not going to lose this opportunity again, right? Because that's not where I have to be. It's only 1 year. Just exactly 1 year. This is happening. And the same vision I said after 1 year I was going to leave. I told the company I'm not working anymore. And unfortunately, my dad passed on. It was not too long that my dad
Oh,
passed.
sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Yes,
Mm.
no worries. Thank you. My dad passed on, but I told him that my dad passed on. My dad passed on like I said 3 months ago. Because I told him like my dad passed on like right now, just like 3 days ago. And I told him that I have to go back home. My dad has left a lot of businesses for me, everything for me. I'm not coming back here anymore. Just cancel my visa because they don't want to cancel it. Because if they don't cancel your visa, you cannot have another visa. So cancel my visa. I'm going back home. I'm not coming here anymore. That was the only way I could do. And trust
Mm.
me, when I was doing all this, I had to go to the office back and forth. Sometimes I would be trekking long distances, and I took videos of this. I said I was going to use this for my testimony. The vision was so clear that I knew that I would use it for my testimony. I have videos which I took. When I was sleeping down, when I was studying in that security, in that place, in the mountain, you can know the higher it
Mm.
goes, the colder it becomes. Sleeping on the ground. Some guys came for hiking and left a little mat down. So I took that mat. I was sleeping on the ground. Just like I woke up and study, I took videos of that. That I'm going to use it for my testimony.
Wow.
Just inspire people. And I have that somewhere in my archives. So when I got this, I had to travel now back to Cameroon.
Mm.
Travel back to Cameroon before coming back again to the country with a new company now. Because that's the only way. They will not let me go. They will not let me go. They told me, Godwin, go and take vacation and come back. I said no. So when I came back to a new company. The new company was paying me now like three times what I was making in the security. And
Mm.
I was having 2 days off and I was having sometimes 3 days off and I was working just 8 hours. That's a massive upgrade.
Wow.
1 year, that's a massive upgrade. There's people that have been there 5 years, 6 years, no upgrade. There's people that are still here. There's a friend of mine that was very close to back there is still there now as I'm speaking. You know? So once I moved over there, I was the only black person working with people from Central America. The only black person. Feel a little bit inferior because of the way they were acting so sometimes. But believe you me, in 1 year time, these people were my students. They started
Mm.
me to learn French. They started coming to me to give them motivation on different things on how to. People that I was looking as masters, they started calling me master. This is not a joke. Before leaving that place, when I remember when I came in there, like when a black person just moves into working with white people, like it's not really like common here in the UK, but in Dubai was a big thing. It happened like that. After some time, I was using my free time now to build myself up. To build myself up. The 2 days off I was having, the 3 days off I was having, I was learning now. I was learning things about tech. I was learning about
Mm.
I was learning things about it. I had free time now. Before in security, I was living in a company accommodation. Now, when this other new company gave a company accommodation, which was really posh, which was really very, very posh, but I don't want to stay there because if I stay, when I want to study my own things, do my own stuff, this people can distract me. So I had my own apartment, which was something big that time. You understand? Because before when it comes to the country, I would see someone with an apartment on their own, like, wow, this guy's made it in life. You have an apartment in Dubai by yourself. So I had an apartment by myself. Now, when I come back from work, I had my little office. I'll go there, study. After I think 2 years in the company, then I just stopped working from the company. I just stopped working. Stop working and I just pushing my own dreams, just learning my own stuff online, into getting more into tech. And then now I started doing like little gigs online. That's how I navigated into tech full time. And
Wow.
before leaving Dubai, I had an offer that I've gone for, I think, like 5 interviews. Because the thing in Dubai is that there's a lot of racism in Dubai when it comes to Africans, because most it's easy to come to Dubai, right? So most Africans just come in there and they don't have the mindset like this, so they end up, maybe the ladies end up in prostitution, the guys end up cleaners, security, waiter, waitress, all this kind of jobs. So now when people see Africans anywhere, they just think that you are this level. So even if you're not on that level, even if you are not on that level, you're a higher level, someone can disrespect you. I remember someone I was on an interview one time, and the person proposed me 14,000 dirhams. That's almost like 2 times 6. That's almost like 8 times what I was making. 8 times what I was making that time, because when I came to security, I was making 2,700 dirhams. So, but 8 times. I told you that money is small for me, and I told you that money is small for me based on my level. And but I can help them in their website, because I saw their website that was having a lot of security issues, was just a mess. I told them I can help them on that, but the money for the job they want to give me is small. But this, if I'm helping them, that's a different gig. So this lady from India, and India's people from India are really into tech. They're the ones that are in charge of tech most of the time. So this lady calls me, and she calls me the next day and say, hey Godwin, we heard that we apologize that with the salary is not up to your stuff, but she spoke to the manager about the security of the website, which I could fix, and the manager's okay for us for me to do that. So I gave the price, was okay. And then before we hung up the call, she was like, Godwin, where are you from? I say I'm from Cameroon. She said, Cameroon. And then she dropped the call. She dropped the call. She never contacted me again. She never sent me an
Because
email.
you are from Africa.
That's why, yeah.
Mm.
So you can understand how the people in Africa, in Dubai, how they think about Africans there. So it's either they're scammers, or they're criminals, or they're just supposed to be there working in the toilet like cleaners, or you know. So that was a hassle over there. And then but before I left there was one, I think it's a net Swedish company that hired me, because now I was now looking at the future and looking for a dynamic way of working, not to be able to go into the office, come back, working from home, right? So now I'm learning all this thing online, so I can be comfortable if I go to vacation uh, to Georgia or anywhere, the US or anywhere. I can be working the same way. I don't need to be tied to an office. That was my mindset now, because everything has changed now. The occupational health and safety certificate I had from the UK, that was just my archives now. Because as I grew up, the vision just became clearer, right? I shoved down being a bodyguard. I shoved down being a health and safety officer. Now I was into tech. So now I'm into tech. I'm not thinking, okay, I need freedom, work-life balance now. You see. So before I left Dubai, I had a job that I had passed all the interviews, senior technical leaders from different countries that had interviewed me for that job. I passed all, but it took a long time. It was about 3 months for them to get the whole stuff. But before this, I was really working on my visa, my trip to come to the UK. Just before, 1 week before I paid the money for my visa, this company contacted me and gave me an offer letter. I tell you how much is in the offer letter, you won't believe. The
How
offer,
much was it?
The offer letter had a basic salary of 15,000, basic 15,000, some other
Wow.
housing and everything. Totally, they told me total in a month, I'll be having between 23 to 25,000.
Wow.
Email still somewhere in my email box. 23 to 25,000 in a year. I'm able to travel to their three different locations, either in Spain or in Netherlands or US. I worked there for 2 weeks and come back to Dubai. It was the
That's a
offer.
lot of money.
25,000, 23 to 25,000 dirhams. You can check it in your currency. So
Maybe you can convert it into pounds since you are now into you are now in the UK. You have to convert it into pounds.
yeah, yeah. I already know how much this
Or
is.
that's $6,000, 6,000
Yeah,
plus dollars. That's a lot of money.
yeah, that's a lot of money. Yeah, but I had a big vision, and my vision has not failed me. So I still like, but they wanted me to come into the office every day, and I asked myself that, but this not the dream. This not the vision. Like I didn't do all this to come, regardless of the money. Like work life balance is key. I didn't do all.
So you turned down the opportunity.
I turned on the opportunity.
You
Yeah,
turned down the,
yeah,
that's a lot of money, man.
yeah. I turned on the opportunity, and I have even more than that. You know,
Wow.
it's the vision. The vision that God showed me. I ran with it. Why? Because I'm going to come to the office every day. I cannot do 2 or 3 jobs there. In Dubai,
You
it's
are
not
going to be
that
stuck.
to reach for
Mm.
3 jobs. And with the kind of tech that I do, you can work with more than one company. So why would I look at this? Because why would I look at this money that is like too big and just get stuck in one place? So I turned this down. And I told him that you guys have delayed me too much in the first place. I've already paid my visa to go. They told me that they're willing to give back my visa, to give back the money. I told him that no. If you want to, if you're serious, I'm happy to work remotely. But if you want to come to the office, no. So we don't have an agreement on that. I travel. When I travel, in 1 week time, I had a job that was giving more than that in
Wow,
the
in
UK.
the UK.
Yeah, in 1 week time. This is don't play, no jokes. 1 week time when I got into the UK, I had a job that was giving me more than that. That's why sometimes
I'll come back to the UK. I've been telling people on and on our show that it's all bounced back to research and all that. Sometimes they listen to people and they say it's not possible that if you
people
are in Dubai, if you are in UAE, you cannot travel to Europe, you cannot go to the Western world and all that. People say all that, but
that's
let
let
me
me
ask you: did you get a job in the UK, direct employment, or you applied as a maybe a tourist visa, or how did you do it? You
my sister
explain to them.
my sister was here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, my sister was here, so there's some arrangement, a little bit confidential. I came via like that.
Oh,
But
okay.
the thing that people should note is that if you are unskilled, you're gonna get unskilled money. But if you are skilled, you get skilled money. Skilled people don't look for jobs. Jobs look for them. I didn't look for jobs. My profile on LinkedIn met employers. As I was to travel to the UK today. I had an interview on the phone. They supposed to interview me the day I was traveling. I told them that I'm very busy today, but the next day I'll have time. So as I landed in the UK, after 3 hours, I had an interview. And I was
Wow.
interviews, multiple interviews. As I changed my location from Dubai to UK, it's like a honeybee and a beehive. People were just Employers were just reaching out to me. Hi, you got doing so
Mm.
are you interested? I was having interviews back to back until God chose the right company. When I finished that, because in tech is different from like other traditional kind of jobs, right? You have to go through an interview. When you go through the interview, you have to they'll ask you to do something to them. They'll see that you can actually do the job. because you're working with very big companies. You're working with big companies that have very high profile. They don't bring anybody to come and play inside, right? So that's how I was able to leave Dubai, and I came into the UK. Then I told you I have a community. I have a personal community of over 100 and now it should be 190 members. 190 members that come from my TikTok. But what was I built a software. Now I have a software myself. I own the software.
I'll come back to your community and the software. So
Okay.
you did all this study. You didn't go to any school. You used the internet to learn all this thing by yourself.
Yeah. I am very aggressive when it comes to learning anything. This is something that most people don't really have. You want to succeed, but you just want to succeed. You're not really hungry. When I was traveling in the bus, I had a tablet or my laptop or my phone. I was watching something. I was learning something. If I'm to go from if I'm to go to the supermarket and I'm going to travel, it's going to take like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. I have already a video I've downloaded. I'll be watching. Why? I did not waste any time. Sometimes my sister will say I'm having mental problem. It's because when you see the vision and when your current situation does not define who you are, you go aggressive in anything. I have people that come into my community. Some of them, I want to transition into tech, but how bad do you want it? Because when you want it so badly, when you come back from work, even if you're tired, you're gonna give 30 minutes, 1 hour. These are the things I was doing that were able to set me on a level. Regardless,
Wow.
big time, I gave up a lot of things because it's something that people don't really do. People don't really sacrifice. They don't really sacrifice.
Yeah.
You want to
You
succeed,
took
but
you took you took risk.
yeah, I took
You
risk.
risk.
I told you I risked all my salary that time to get to this. My mom. So this is things that's for people to learn that even your parents, because they're scared of failure, they'll tell you not to take risk because once you are scared to take risks, you're scared to fail. That's when the failure comes, right? Because if you don't take risk, how will you know that there's something better out the other side? When you want to take risk, even your own family people will tell you not to take that risk. Why? Because they're scared for you to fail. But people don't know that once you fail, you learn from your failures, and that's how you become even better. And there's glory after failure. There's battle after victory. The failures are your battle. That's how you come. That's how you get victory. And that's why. And also, I always tell my parents, I say, "Mommy, you're not where I want to be. You don't have a lot of money that is gonna make me to listen to you, my sister. You know, why should you want to advise me if I'm not looking up to you? You get me? You're looking up to me, so I cannot advise you. So you cannot advise me. So I take advice from people. That's why, like, if you come into the country, come into the UK, for example, and you're working with your colleagues, let's say most people come here as carers. Your fellow carers are just thinking about care. You know, you cannot want to take advice from a fellow carer that is just doing care and is comfortable with that. You don't want to take advice from that because it's gonna push you in the same pool. That's why I advise anyone. If I came here as a security guard, and I'll try to reach out. Now social media is making things really easy. I'll try to reach out to someone that has been in the country maybe and say, hey bro, even I can pay you £50. Just talk to me. Just talk to me and give me guidance. There's people that are gonna do this. Just tell me what I can do. Just tell me what I can do. I just came new into the country. Once you set things clear as you come new into the country, that's how it will make your journey to success easy. You know, people can be in this country and say it's so hard, it's so hard, it's so hard, but some other person is living a whole complete different life. You understand? So that was my motivation. Right? People would always try to say, or even if a lady wants to travel abroad, for example, they'll tell you, hey, don't go out, don't go, don't try, don't try. Don't try. If you go out, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get prostitution. No, 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 no. But the people are saying that they're scared of the risk, but there is glory after the risk. You just need to take calculated risk because if you just take risk anyhow without calculation, you're gonna end up in a mess, right? So this is things that I did. These are my stories that I did, which I'll never ever I didn't regret one bit because If at any time I listen to anyone, those guys that were telling me, why are you wasting your time? We'll take the same salary. Why are you wasting your time putting
Mm,
all this weight?
mm,
I will still be
mm.
there with them today. You know, even when I was studying, and all these guys telling me like, my sister, my mom was telling me like, see, this program I see is very difficult. People have written and failed. Even if they fail, even if you pass, you not get a job. I was still in security, but I took that risk. I sacrificed all the time that going to club. My colleagues were chatting with girls. You see someone talk to a girl for like 1 hour on the phone, calling people back home, having unnecessary discussions, wasting time. I was putting that time somewhere that God can see that this guy is hungry. He wants to get to that level, and God will take you to that level to where I want to be. And that's just motivation.
Wow. 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 Okay, let's talking about people complaining about the life in the UK. UK is hard and all that. Um, I keep telling them that there are some people too that they are there, they don't complain. Some people too don't complain, but it all bounces back to um skill.
Yeah, like I told you,
You need to have some unique skill, like you
if you
said.
don't skill, you get on skill money. If you're skilled, you get skill money. And if you're skilled, jobs will look for you, employers will look for you. If you're on skill, you will be looking for jobs. You'll be applying for jobs. So that's the thing. And my story should inspire anyone that you can make it regardless of the situation. Regardless of the situation, you just need to, because some of the time you have friends and you're scared. Oh, this guy is going to think I'm studying this thing. Blah, blah, blah. Peer pressure is going to make people to stay in a certain
Mm,
in a static or a stagnant position for a very long time. You
mm,
just be aggressive about regardless, because sometimes you're working as carer. They're going and they want to get extra shifts, extra shifts, extra shifts. They're going for extra shifts. Why? Because they want more money, which is not bad. But if you're thinking long term longevity, yeah, this time of extra shifts, you can use that time to improve yourself, personal development. Because if you see that you're doing extra shifts for the next 3 4 years, you become old very quick. The money that you'll be making, someone that had used that time to improve themselves will get a salary, get a job that will be paying them that amount of money, like even 5 times. You know, so that's what most people come into your country, they get stuck in, that there's a lot of bills and all this. They're going for extra shifts, extra shifts. They don't even think about personal development. They just think about, there's someone in my community that's been here for 10 years and just in a kera kind of circle. And when she saw my TikTok video, she told me that thank you very much for this video. That this video has touched her so much, and she wants to level up. She's about 40. She's about 40 years old. She wants to level up. Since she's from, is it Namibia or somewhere? She wants to level up, and she came into the community and she has been consistent. She has no tech background, because I told him that in my community, like, you don't need to have any tech background. The way I'm training you, you don't need to have any tech background. So you can see that now people are getting the awakening that, hey, I've been sleeping. I've just been doing this. I didn't really know. I was talking to one person from Uganda one time that contacted me, and I was showing them my portfolio, and I was just showing jobs that I've rejected, and was seeing jobs of £50,000, £50,000 a year job, which the average salary here in this country is about, let's say, between 25 to 30,000 pounds a year. So this person was seeing jobs of this amount of rejecting. I was like, what? Unbelievable. I said, yeah. This is because she was saying, like, when she's looking for jobs, when she see any job like 40,000 and above, like, she doesn't even look at it, because she knows that's not her level. This is for Africans. That's not for Africans. So she just doesn't even look at it. Right? See the mindset. See the mindset. It's not for Africans. So she just keeps it. So now when I'm showing her things, showing her my emails, and she's seeing kind of jobs, and she's also seeing employers are looking and reaching out. Godwin, we have this opportunity here. Please, we'd like you to jump on this. Are you available now? Are you free to take on this? They are reaching out, yeah. So when you see when she sees kind of stuff, like, it's unbelievable. I say, yeah, I don't look for job. Why do I look for job? I'm skilled. Just get yourself skilled and see how people look for you for job. I tell them it's better to be ready for an opportunity and the opportunity doesn't come, than to have an opportunity that comes to you and you're not ready. You see?
Gordon, what you are saying, I have been telling my people on SVTV Africa channel, our local channel, that it's first time hosting you on my show, but I tell them that when you have a unique skill, companies will change you. You are not chasing them; they will come after you. They will look for you, and you will give them your quotes.
That's right. Yeah.
Because they need you. So you give them your quotes. That, oh no, I'm not taking this, I'll take this. I've been telling them. I've been telling the youth. Now let's talk about the tech. The tech is a broad thing. And the community you are talking about, we know when it comes to software development, cyber security, and all that. I mean, the tech is a broad thing. So what exactly your field? What exactly is your field?
Okay, good question. So my field actually is Salesforce. So Salesforce is the number one CRM platform in the world. All big companies they need a C. Do you know what a CRM is?
What's the meaning?
A customer relationship management platform.
Okay.
So
Okay.
all companies they need a CRM platform to manage their whole business. If you've heard about
Okay.
digital transformation, whereby companies have a digital version of their companies, whereby all their employees they're able to log in data of their sales data, the marketing data, finance, all these different departments all on one platform. Automating business processes. You know, it's a very very massive skill here in the UK. You understand? And I went to a seminar, an event just 3 days ago. 98% of these people were white people. Just about 2% were black people. Last year, I went to another one, the same. Only about 2% of people were black people. The rest are white people. Why? This is one of the things that inspired me to come up with my platform called Pathway to Salesforce, where I help transition people with no tech background into tech, guide them through interviews and everything, and give them jobs. Because when employers reach out to me, they say, if you know anyone that is available, please give us their email. So I just give them my email. You understand? I have a company here registered in the UK that
Wow.
is in charge of all this process. You understand? Just in a short time. You understand? And this tech stack Salesforce means that you don't even need to know how to code, because there's different levels. There's the admin level, Salesforce administrator, which is like the base one. You can be earning like £1,000, £60,000 on this level with no coding at all. And then you can go to be a Salesforce business analyst. You can go to be a Salesforce consultant, a Salesforce developer, which involves coding, Salesforce architect. All these trainings are on my platform, and I'm guiding all the students based on this. And I tell them that if you get on an admin, you are able to get a job of this. I share them all the salaries. I have live sessions with them on the platform. They have my videos, my trainings there. There's a lot of things in the platform. It's like a very massive platform with this gamification, there's assignments, there's quizzes, there's peer-to-peer learning, there's internal community insights. All this platform, I build this platform. It's unbelievable. I have a friend of mine that when I was trying to get into tech that time in Dubai, he was already into tech. And I was asking him some very basic questions. And when I showed him my platform that I built, he was stunned. He said he doesn't know where I came from. I told him I just a spirit. That when God shows me the vision, because when I started getting lots of employers who reaching out to me, I really had the job. Some people were even telling me to cancel that job and take it someone with bigger money. I told them that there's a need for this. And when I went around town, I saw Africans in McDonald's, cleaners, helpers, carers, and all. It breaks my heart really, because they're not informed, right? Because when you're not informed, you're deformed. So I know that I knew that they were not informed about this. They just have the mindset that, oh, I'm coming to this country, or I'm coming as a carer, I'm gonna be a carer. And they get comfortable living a very low life. And when they get comfortable, that's how they start living in misery, and it becomes normal. So when you see someone living else in another way, you think like, oh, this person maybe you don't even think that it's possible, because you're already comfortable living in misery. If someone is telling you an idea, you just shove it off away because you don't even know it. But that's why if you tell an idea, a brilliant idea to a low-minded person, you're gonna waste it because he's gonna discourage you. You say, man, this is not gonna work. Why are you wasting your time? It's not gonna work. You understand? So I've lived through all this and I have all this inspiration. That's why my platform, I start by motivating people on TikTok and making them to believe in themselves that it is possible. You can do it. In this country, the good thing in this country is that the racism is not compared to like the Arab countries. So if you go for an interview and you are skilled, you have the Salesforce. Salesforce is very massive. I'm just giving you a high level, just a high level. You understand? If you are skilled with this and you pass the interview, they're going to hire you, regardless where you're coming from. So anyone from Ghana, I have a lot of people in my community from Ghana. Too many people from Ghana. In the if you look at the numbers, you have Nigerians stopping. After that is Ghanaians. And Ghanaians people, I have some Ghanaian ladies in my community. They are very, very passionate about growth. They tell me their stories, how they've come up, how they came up from Ghana and all of that, and their vision, what they're looking to achieve. And they say when they saw my videos on TikTok, they could not resist because they know that to make it in abroad, you need to look for someone that is ready to help. Because most African people sometimes they want to succeed by themselves. They want to be the boss. They want to be the boss. So do not like to show people the way. But the way I was designed is kind of different. God has already shown me the vision. I'm going to help a lot of people. That's why I do this. That's why even I give training. I give free training on my platform, live classes that I give them, and they have recorded classes, and I'm guiding them all the way from interview process and everything. You know.
Godwin, have you noticed something that there's a little problem when it comes to stuff that is educative, like something that we are discussing, something that will help us? Most of the youth don't pay attention to such things.
Yes.
I don't know whether you've noticed those things.
I know that. I know that.
I rather pay attention to
Let me tell,
unnecessary
let me
things, people quarreling, sexual things, and
let me
some
tell
things
you why.
that will not help us.
Let me tell you why. The reason why is because people want instant gratification. So you see me driving a Lamborghini, and now you all see me driving a Lamborghini. Oh, the guy's the Lamborghini. That's what's interesting you, but you don't know the work that I did to get to a Lamborghini. You're never interested. Oh, God has bought a Lamborghini now. That's what you're interested in. You know. Oh, DJ has bought a Lamborghini now. That's what people are interested in now. People don't want to learn. The young people, because of how social media has also exposed things, and on platforms like Instagram, and I'm not on these platforms. Why? Because people just come in there and show things. They show things, right? And now this misleads people as in, oh, life is easy. Why should I go and be wasting time to learn this thing? This is the whole concept. That's why it's important for schools or universities to invest money in motivational speakers. To once people are leaving, let's say you're leaving from high school, from secondary school to high school, you pay somebody, or if the person is able to volunteer, he comes in there and educate the people, educate the children, for them to understand that this is not life. Give them real world examples that if you don't want to, you must learn something. If you don't learn something, you realize that you are just wasting time admiring other people. You don't know if this person has just rented a car and taken a picture. You're just gonna be, you're gonna get depression watching other people instead of maybe that time that you have watching these people, you can use it to learn and improve yourself. People say, "Oh, I'm too old to learn." If you don't, the more you learn, the more money you make. The more you learn, the more money you make. Once you stop learning, you discover that other people come and learn and pass you. So they'll be more valuable than you in the market, and they'll less money you make. So I have a mindset of always learning and always growing, which is something that if I know back the system of education in Africa is mostly like they're not actually telling what's happening in the world. They're just telling you, oh, learn this. You're going to learn geography. You're going to learn some kind of. It's not what's in demand in the market. One thing with Salesforce is that Salesforce is high in demand in the market. Why? Because this is what companies are using to run their business. And if a company is running their business, they need somebody to manage it. They need somebody to build new things on that business. It's always on. You're going to see somebody studying history in masters. What is history going going to do? You know, there's no education to the people. Like people that are going to the university, they need to pay some people come and talk to the kids and tell us, see, you're going to university, you're going to learn this. This is the opportunities are there. Don't waste your time because in Africa, people want to go to university because they want to go to university. Say, don't waste your time learning this because you're going to waste time. This is not in demand in the market. Understand? If we can have this system, you see that many people are going to leave. They're going to leave. They'll leave university with skills. Now, what I'm planning to do next, what I'm planning to one of my mini projects, going into universities here, and the students that are getting into university, talking to them and giving them this idea, especially the black community, that learn this skill set because when you finish university, you have a job already for you because this is in constant demand in the market. You understand? This is just my mindset. This is just the way I do things, and also most of my things are powered by.
Aside what you said, I know people too who have gone into cyber security and they are making big money. They are working from home,
Yeah.
relax. They just
So
log into your PC
that's a
and
that's a key. Cyber security. There's different tech stacks. Cyber security is one. People go as business analysts, people go as project management managers, and all of that. Right? These are different tech stacks. I will talk about the one that I know, which is Salesforce, because it's high in demand. Because I have jobs coming all the time. My LinkedIn, my email. You understand? So it's the opportunities are endless. If you come and say you're not, you don't want to do Salesforce, you can do cyber security, but you need to do something regardless. There's nurses that are working here, nursing assistants that are working very long shifts. You know, we guys, I was just talking to a girl like before I had the call. The girl was saying like she was on 12-hour shifts, 4 days, 12-hour shifts. We guys can go through this in the UK here. She's in the UK, my old time classmate. But we can go through as guys, but girls cannot go through 12-hour shifts for 4 days consecutively, right? So these are things that, like, if you just regardless of what I'm going through, I need to learn something, and that's going to be a motivation for you. That hey, this guy was able to do this. This guy, but think that people don't want to sacrifice the time. People don't want
mm,
to sacrifice. People don't want to say, oh, it's weekend. Oh, let's go and party. It's weekend. Let's go to the club. They don't want to sacrifice. You need to sacrifice sleep. People don't want to sacrifice sleep too as well. If you have no time, why not you wake up at 5 o'clock, study for 1 hour, then go to work at 6 o'clock or at 6:30? If your work is at 7 o'clock, why don't you wake up early, study a little bit? Because if you don't study, you get stuck. You get stuck. You must learn. The more you learn, the more you earn. That's
mm.
no jokes.
Wow, Charlie Godwin,
Yeah,
thank you so much for coming on my show. I'm inspired with your story. Life is not easy, but we need to risk. Sometimes we need to take risk.
not at
Uh,
all.
uh, it's not easy. I've been talking to people across the world, and then they complain stress and God work. They work 14 hours. It's like a load
Very,
and on and
very stressful. Really, trust me. It's very, very stressful. I've seen
that.
people. It's people that just go and jump into the train and die, commit suicide because it's very stressful. And this country is getting expensive. The little money you're making, all is going into bills. But now, if you're
Yeah.
thinking long term, longevity, you can see that if I continue like this, inflation is just continue going to go up. So this my little salary will just continue to go. I better learn something because if you're in a company and you're looking forward to like get promotion, you only get promoted. Let's say you're earning 5,000, you get promotion. 5,000 is too much. Let's say anything like 2.5, you get promotion. Maximum you earn is 3,000 in your promotion in your ladder. But if you do a job that's a high skill, you can go to from 3,000, you just get a job that's giving 5,000. So it's people are thinking long term instead of just thinking shallow.
Godwin, thank you so much. I'll bring you again, and then we'll go more into other topics and all that. I'm sure it will help those who will watch. I mean, thank
Yeah.
you so much. Before you go, maybe you have any shout outs and all that. Your social media handles, those who want to follow you on TikTok, you can just
Yeah.
mention it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So on my TikTok, you have Godwin underscore PTS. Godwin underscore PTS. You have my TikTok. You can also you can
Yeah,
put
Godwin underscore. By all means, I'll tag you. So I'll
yeah,
tag you. So it's
yes,
Godwin underscore what?
underscore PTS. Pathway to
PTS.
Salesforce, the name of my platform. Pathway
Nice
to
one.
Godwin_PT.
Are you planning to also leave the UK to US or Canada, or you are okay in the UK?
Why will I leave the UK? There's no plan to leave the UK. You can succeed anywhere. What I do with
Yeah,
Salesforce, I work with clients in the US. I don't have to go anywhere. That's the flexibility with tech. With tech, you can work anywhere. So
nice one.
So there's no point. There's no point living. All I can say is that people should just be hungry. You have a vision. Connect with someone that can help you and be serious about it. And regardless, it's just a matter of time. God is going to show you the way. God is not going to bless you if God doesn't see you doing something extra.
Thank you so much. Any shout outs?
Shout out to my friend. His name is Alan. Alan Claude. Probably I'll bring him. I'll tell him about the show. He's also having a similar story. We do Salesforce together. You guys have a blog, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
sbtvafrica.com.
Okay, great. So you're putting this on the blog as well.
So this will go to YouTube, but they'll write a story on sbtvafrica.com. But you see it on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere.
Okay. All your guys for your native guys, because I see most of them coming into the UK. If they can hear my message, it can be a big motivation to them. Because I told you that I have a lot of people in my community. Because I take them from TikTok. The messaging from TikTok, I have a virtual assistant that I hired that is handling the TikTok. So it takes them from TikTok, they come from there to the WhatsApp community, and then that's where they get updates about live training, they get updates about registering the platform, and all of that. So if anybody anybody from Ghana that wants to travel abroad or come to the UK and needs help or anything or guidance or mentorship, I'm free and happy just because of you to give them the mentorship and guidance that they need.
Thank you so much, Godwin, for passing through SBTV International. This is a lovely story from him. You can also make it. So try to do research. Don't limit yourself. You can go higher and higher. I mean, guys, thank you so much for watching the program today. I'll bring you more videos on SBTV International. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends to join our platform. Share and drop your comments. My numbers are on the screens. If you want to share your story, or you know anyone who wants to also share his or her story, just give my numbers to the person to link up. Only WhatsApp message or voice note. Thank you, guys. Charlie, all the best. Thank you. Tour. Peace out. My name is DJ Nyame.